Hey guys, welcome back to Sissy Spaces, and thanks for being here. As you can see from the intro, we're cleaning, decluttering, and organizing the garage. But unlike past garage cleaning videos, this year I'm doing it solo because the family and I decided to clean the garage as well as to weed the gardens and edge and mow the lawn. So the boys are weeding the gardens, hubby is mowing and edging the lawn, and as you can see, I've chosen to clean, declutter, and organize the garage. So I hope you enjoy this one, and if so, please remember to like, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share. To start, we'll clean the windows, blinds, and moldings, then move everything to the center of the garage in order to declutter the items no longer needed. From there, we'll clean the walls and floors, as well as clean and organize all 4 of the utility cabinets. I also thought it would be fun to see who would finish first, so occasionally I checked in with hubby and the boys to see how far along they were. But as always when cleaning, my goal is quality over speed, so of course I finished last. Now that the blinds, windows, and moldings are cleaned, it's time to declutter the items no longer needed. And a quick tip when decluttering is to sort like items together and to get rid of the items you no longer need or use. I've also found over time that once I've decided to donate or dispose of an item, I place it in the trash or donate pile, which is always out of view. By keeping the donate or trash pile out of view, you're more than likely not to change your mind on whether or not to keep, donate, or trash the items. And as you just saw, hubby is moving pretty swiftly and mowing the lawn. He's already mowed the back and sides of the yard, while the boys have pulled all the weeds on the back and are currently working on the sides. So it seems the only competition is between hubby and the boys. I did slightly injure myself while cleaning, decluttering, and organizing the garage. I didn't realize how bad the injury was until I was done, and I'll share the clip with you the moment it occurred. So this video is not as long as my usual videos, but the good news is, as of today, I am much better, but still not at 100%. I promised hubby that I wouldn't move his bowling balls because last year I cracked a couple of them as well as scratched up the remaining few. So while cleaning the garage, I only tidied up that area and swept under the bowling ball racks as well as behind them. Once the decluttering process was complete, it was time to clean. And when cleaning this garage, the Swiffer duster and extendable handle were my cleaning tools of choice. I also used a polyfiber angle broom with dustpan to clean the baseboards and floors. And surprisingly, those were the only 2 cleaning tools that were really needed. But before injuring myself, I did have plans to deep clean the windows and door with a microfiber cloth dipped in a mixture of warm water and Dawn dish detergent. But after injuring myself, I chose to do it on another day. As I continued to clean the garage, I noticed hubby had finished mowing and was using the Craftsman gas-powered lawn edger to put the finishing edge on the lawn. He did take a break, along with the boys and I, before using the weed eater to finish the job, but unfortunately, the weed eater stopped working, which required him to spend an extra 30 minutes to fix it. This gave the boys the lead, but they still needed to finish de-weeding the front of the yard, as well as the landscape area located on the side of the garage. Once done cleaning the walls and moldings, I turned my attention to the first of 4 utility cabinets, which were in desperate need of cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. This step did take the longest to complete, but previously I had taken a nice lunch break, so I was ready to take it on. And in my opinion, I figured the best way to do this was to remove all items off one shelf at a time, then clean, declutter, and organize it. I also designated which items would be placed on each shelf based on the majority of items that were already there. For example, most of hubby's car cleaning supplies were located on the first two shelves. So as I decluttered and organized, I sorted like items together and disposed of any empty bottles and trash seen. I also wiped down a few of the bottles to prevent stains from reoccurring on the shelves. Some of the shelves, like this one, did require a lot more cleaning than others because apparently a spill had occurred and dried, which required the use of a razor blade to remove it. I did try the cleaning product called Goo along with a few others, but they didn't work. Also, our oldest was called in to work a late shift, so along with deweeding the front, he also disposed of a few dead shrubs before stopping for the day. And next week, my plan is to pick up some new plants or shrubs to replace them if my injury allows me to do so. As you can see, hubby was still working on the weed eater as I started cleaning, decluttering, and organizing the third shelf. He did eventually realize that he would need to order a new one because the cost of repairing or replacing the damaged part exceeded the cost of the weed eater itself. So later, after showering, he stopped at Sprouts Farmers Market for fresh vegetables and also visited Sam's to pick up some steak. And when he returned home, he cleaned and prepped the grill in order to prepare them. As mentioned earlier, the first two shelves were used to hold hubby's car cleaning supplies, and I designated the third shelf to store all of our painting and staining supplies. At first, I was going to use the fourth shelf for overstock, but after sorting like items together, it eventually was used to hold all of our yard cleaning supplies, as well as the cover for the riding lawnmower. I was also happy to see that this shelf only required a little dusting in order to clean it. And because there were only a few items that I needed to return on this shelf, I was able to finish deep cleaning, decluttering, and organizing it before hubby finished prepping the steak and asparagus to go on the grill. Another great tip when cleaning, decluttering, and organizing is to trash the items right away. In my opinion, by doing so, this made the decluttering process less stressful, and when I was done cleaning and organizing, I only need to place the donated items in my car to take to Goodwill later. I chose to use the polyfiber angle broom to sweep the floor versus using a blower, because the blower would have caused more work than needed, as this is a confined space, and if I had used the blower, it would have scattered debris in unwanted areas. This broom did come with a matching dustpan, but I'm not sure what happened to it. So in the meantime, I'm using a commercial dustpan that hubby likes to keep in the garage. Also, the only difference between a commercial dustpan versus a household dustpan is the size. You'll also notice that I'm placing yard waste in a lawn and leaf bag versus a trash can. By doing so, it allows for easier composting and reduces landfill waste. Also, when separating your yard waste from household trash, the household trash is less likely to contaminate the yard waste, increasing the chance of successful recycling. Now that most of our cleaning is done, it's time to declutter and organize the 3 remaining utility cabinets. Hubby did a great job of maintaining the first one, but the last 2 needed some work. He does use the first one to store his vintage car maintenance supplies, while the remaining 2 are used to hold additional items used by the entire family. After organizing the second shelf of this cabinet, I wasn't completely satisfied. So once done cleaning, decluttering, and organizing the third cabinet, I did return to reorganize that second shelf. My goal was to ensure he was able to see everything he has, which will prevent duplicate purchases. And by reorganizing that second shelf, I think I succeeded in doing just that. Collected a lot of gloves over the years, and when decluttering them, I discovered several were missing their mate and others were riddled with holes. I also found 2 razor blades that were uncovered and felt very blessed that I didn't cut myself as I recovered them. When returning items, I made sure to place some of them exactly where they were before. Hubby does work on his vintage car often, so to keep his workspace simple, I place his most used items up front and store the remaining items in the back. I also folded all of our drop cloths, but instead of returning them to the shed, I decided to place them on top of the large utility cabinet, along with 2 of our most used sanders. And as I placed the items on top of the cabinet, I stepped down, landing on the side of my foot, which caused the injury I mentioned earlier, and later was told it was called a foot sprain. This is the exact moment the injury occurred, and although not shown, I did stop and rotate my foot through the pain to ensure it wasn't broken. I also didn't feel a lot of pain until later that evening when I removed the shoe and sock. I also had some swelling on the outside of my left foot as well as bruising. I have experienced many knee injuries throughout my military career and treated my foot the same by using the RICE acronym, which stands for rest, ice, compression, and elevation. And as hubby was continuing to prep for dinner, I explained what happened, took a couple of Tylenols, and went back to work. And as mentioned earlier, I have been taking it easy since the injury, icing and elevating my foot as needed. I also wrap it before bedtime, which has really helped because now I can bear weight on it without any pain, which means I no longer need to take any pain meds. Also, it's my fault this injury occurred because instead of using a ladder to place the items on top of the utility cabinet, I used a crate, which was definitely not a good idea. By the way, I've included some before and after clips and must admit this garage is a lot cleaner, decluttered and organized than it was before. Just as I was preparing to ice and elevate my foot, hubby was removing the last of the stakes and grilling the asparagus. And as always, everything was absolutely delicious. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for watching Sissy's Faces. And as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please remember to like, subscribe if you're new, comment, and share. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.